I went to boarding school in England. I'm married to a Dane, and I live in Berlin. So we're very European. And Startup Bootcamp is kind of following on the discussion on ecosystems. We're also big believers in the European ecosystem. So we have now, I started Startup Bootcamp in 2010 in Copenhagen. And now we have programs in Amsterdam, Berlin, Copenhagen, Dublin, Eindhoven, and Haifa. And as an exclusive preview just for High Berlin, I'm going to announce the next city right here on stage in a couple minutes. So accelerating a startup is very much like being producing a movie. We have to find the script, which is the idea. We have to find the director, the founder, the co-founder, help put together an amazing crew, team, and of course raise some money. So we do all this with Startup Bootcamp. The 15K we give to each team is really pizza money. Call it just to make it cost neutral for the teams to come on the program. Here in Berlin, of the 10 startups, we've done 2 batches. There's usually 1 to 3 German startups, so we're a big talent magnet. We're importing talent to the Berlin ecosystem, which we think is really cool. And of course, we have an amazing space, which is actually opening up for more desks soon. But the secret sauce is the mentors. So we have 148 of the who's who of the Berlin ecosystem and Europe. A lot of serial entrepreneurs, some experts on different topics. But when it comes to movies, Hollywood thinks it's the center of the world. And that may be true, but there's also Bollywood. Have you heard of Nollywood? Actually, Nigeria is one of the countries producing the most movies in the world. And the fact is there are amazing movies coming out of other places in Hollywood. So this was The Artist, the black and white silent movie, which was shot in the States, partly I think, but was directed by Frenchmen. It won a bunch of Oscars. Slumdog Millionaire, British movie director, filmed in India, 9 Oscars. Battle Royale, $4.5 million budget, huge global hit. And so, of course, there are gurus in the movie industry and also in the startup world. And that's fine, they're amazing, we admire them, we follow in their footsteps. But sometimes it feels a little bit like maybe Moses on their mountains. And so we have, this is Don Johnson, he produced Top Gun, among amazing movies, sorta. Well, we have Patrick. Patrick DeZero runs our Startup Bootcamp Amsterdam program, and they're now running a second program on NFC and wireless. And maybe you've heard of this actor. Well, we have Lars Book, who runs Startup Bootcamp in Copenhagen on a mobility theme. He used to run R&D at Nokia in Denmark. So we have some talent too. And we even have our very own Jesus. This Lean Jesus. This is Case, who was our Lean consultant in several programs at Startup Bootcamp. We spend the first month of the program going really deep on customer discovery. So the message really is we're trying to build a studio, but instead of producing movies, we're producing startups, and we're trying to build this ecosystem of all of the elements I mentioned, the scripts, the directors, the crews, etc. And yes, in the Hollywood of startups is San Francisco, but there are amazing things happening in the rest of the world. And so now, just to close the loop, the next city we're about to announce. Any guesses? Any bids?
Cape Town.
Cape Town?
Istanbul.
Istanbul? Yes, Istanbul. So super proud to announce this today. Actually, yeah, you can give them a hand. Why not? They're cool. We have an amazing team. One of the guys behind it basically ran the first telco, the first private telco in Turkey, and booming ecosystem. I think half the population is 25 and under, and they're a gateway to MENA, Middle East and Africa. We're already talking to people about doing something in Cairo and Jordan. Super exciting. So that's the next thing, and we're not done. There's more coming. Watch this space. So back to Berlin. We just finished our second batch in November. And now we're just going to give you a small taste, a good taste of what came out. We have 3 startups, Aruba, Flux, and Reki. And I'll just hand over to Jonas now. Thanks for your time.